Hey everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This time I want to present about the chapter 2 about the trope, the lens of history. So the lens of history is the should be more the little that when the even have the heaven the cost of facing or the danger must of course the is have the comparison to the accessory the preceding even made the better. So it may be difficult to find out how to make the satellite on the different aspect. We on the people whenever is the woman people different ethnies or minorities or the lounge culture. Next, okay. Next is here has a following this section. Number one is the history of interpreting. So this chapter will explanation the history evidence of the interpreter working the different voices around the word the something else the represent the spoken the scene the launch the beat export explanation the context behind the which is the expression export. So the four different is the people historically and the memorialism is different because the practice. Next is historical mention of translation and interpreting. So the historical document also show multi-cultures of the high status people the boarding land children with the different homeland. The total learning of the things to learn the interpreting we could some explore to the sea wherever the cliffs are similar or different with the launch and different cultural area across time. Next is a reference to the translation and the interpreting. So while the word including the translation interpreting is so avoid to instate them as the launch broker. So the Mandarin were the seven night order, which was the law of the improvement in the Imperial Accord, so the profit and the company I guess the safest way there so all we had a contact the credit and bring and the pay how made the approval for the assimilation the improve the form. Next is early princess to sign the loans the trust station interpreting. So this is here as the following discussion. So you can see and you can read. Okay, skip and the next is the interpreting is become a practice profession in the US, UK, and Australia. So the first is in this the following discussion is the professional organization. So the professional organization is the thinking the deep the people need the communication assistant. To the manage there are everybody live or idea to that the sing and the launch interpreter the worker between the two launch and the two culture. So this is a smooth the signal reduce improvement and the status of both is the combination significant and the chance the effect the interpret the people and give the communication worldwide. The next is education. In this education is the purpose of the training, interpreting, and enrollment. So this is indoor to the gain the professional level, the direction, student enroll for student and diploma make the signing. So this is time to read this final exam. Must the emulator to will be worked. So with the reward yet it could the initially in interest in the launch interaction, multi instincts to with the body involved in the create the launch, need the four which is the teacher. Be sure to create the pedagogically and the empirically driven the curriculum. Next is Sandretia. Credential is the currently the to the model, the currently interpreting through the professional organization and less was to be the another the model working the certification after the successful knowledge. And the skill balance is the evolution like the down the US, which now the US are the national interaction theory is transnational interest. There has been regularly nobody in the Australia although the parents basic for the similarity on the professional, the meaning standard general practice and the professional. So these are about my presentation. Thank you are listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.